hope you're enjoying your morning. But now we have some very important information for you. Now that school has started, it's just as important that your child has had a recent hearing checkup, as well as yourself and perhaps your senior parents. Well, Marie Ryan is the audiology supervisor at Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center, and she's here to tell you what they can do for you with modern hearing aids of today. Good morning, Marie. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You folks have been around 60 years?
Yes.
Nonprofit organization. You've been serving people in this area, so people trust you. They know you. And what we want to make sure is that when people go in, get your hearing checked, and then check out what's available these days when it comes to hearing aid technology.
Right. Even if you checked it out 5 years ago, come back.
Yeah.
Because technology is changing every year.
And there is truly a device to wear in the ear canal, outside the ear canal. They can even look more fashionable. I mean, it's amazing what you can offer people.
They look
today.
more like Bluetooth devices than hearing aids nowadays.
They really do.
Yes.
They really do. So
Yes.
I'm going to hold one up because this is what your average hearing aid looks like today.
That is an example of something called an open fit or a receiver in the ear hearing aid. It does go behind the ear, but they have different colors that can match your hair or your skin. They are so cosmetically appealing to people that people who may not have wanted to try them in the past are more open to trying them now.
That's great. And battery life is changing for these things?
Yeah, battery life is about 2 weeks. Yeah.
So, I mean, when you think that's such a minor little thing to be able to give you back your hearing.
Right.
But you know, let me ask you, Marie, because you do testing, and that's important too.
Yes.
How might you pick up on the fact that somebody is not hearing as well as they should?
You know, 9 times out of 10 somebody comes in for a test because somebody else is noticing the hearing loss. Hearing loss goes very slowly, and a lot of times the person will forget what they're missing. They don't realize it. Or you might hear somebody might say, oh, what was on the news? My shoes are in the hall. You might misinterpret things. But usually the family starts to notice it before the actual person does.
Let me ask you, Marie, when we're talking about children, how young should they start to be evaluated for their hearing? Because, you know, they used to do this in school. They don't do this anymore, and it's important.
That's a good question. New York State actually has a newborn hearing screening. So every baby who's born in New York State is screened right at birth, which is wonderful because we're catching mild losses or unilateral losses that sometimes are hard for a parent to see. And you're right, a lot of schools don't do them quite as much as they used to. Yeah.
If you have had a genetic problem in your family, are you more disposed to be having a hearing problem, or your children?
Yes, some genetic causes of hearing loss, yes, you definitely are. Something like noise exposure, no, that's not hereditary. But anytime we first diagnose a child, we actually recommend that their siblings come in also, just to rule it out.
Right. Well, we want people to know that when it comes to getting hearing aids, the Buffalo Speech and Hearing Center, they're awesome. They're going to be working with you now through the end of October with a special opportunity that's going to give you $300 off select levels of hearing aids. Now that means this includes a free hearing test, consultation, 75-day risk-free trial, and a 3-year warranty. So it really, there's no reason not to come in and get your hearing checked, especially if you're concerned that you're missing more than you should, or a loved one is.
The hearing test is billed through the insurance, but the hearing aid evaluation, which is really your chance to learn what's out there, what your options are, that is free, so you can come and learn what your options are.
And Marie, you have 4 different locations, right?
Yes,
so you're everywhere.
Yes, we're in the South Towns in West Seneca at the Southgate Plaza, in the Georgetown Square in Williamsville, in Niagara Falls, Wheatfield area, and downtown Buffalo.
Let me ask you, once you have a hearing aid, how often after that should you go in and have your hearing checked?
I recommend going in every 6 months for a hearing aid check, just to clean it, make sure everything's working good. About every year for a hearing test.
Right. And what we want to really stress to everybody is that just like people are different, all the hearing aids are different. Just because you may not have had success with one kind, don't give up. Go back and check it out again, because another brand, another different kind of technology, there's something for you out there, and it's a shame to let that opportunity go by when you folks are so willing to work with people to make sure that they're hearing everything they should.
Right, and another thing to remember, don't judge how you're going to do based on how your friend does.
Absolutely.
Every hearing loss is different, and you might not be the candidate for the same type of device that your best friend has.
Marie, so well said. Listen, Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center, now through the end of October, get that $300 off select levels of hearing aid deal right now for you, okay? So call them. Go to the location near you, 885-8318, or log on to buffalohearingcenter.com.